Your business's brand is powerful, echoing your soul's aspirations out to your market. The name you choose, the date you launch, the colors you adopt, all vibrate your vision to potential clients. Does your business reflect your aspirations and vision? Welcome to Colors Behind the Brand. Join our live and interactive exploration into the energy of color and numerology behind well-known business brands, special guest case studies, and surprise audience spotlights showing you examples of businesses with soul. And now, here are your hosts, Moira Bush, founder of the Moira Bush Academy for Soul Businesses, and Amy Bell, founder of United Colors of Design magazine.
We are missing a co-host today, and that is because my awesome friend and partner is working on her predictions that are going to be coming out so soon, and I wanted her to stay in the zone. She wanted to stay in the zone. So today it is me, and we have a special guest. So we're going to be bringing Diana on in a few minutes, and I'm just going to let's see who's joining us and just talk about what's going on. So right now we will be working through just Diana today. Normally we do Behind the Brand on a well-known company, but because this is going to be our last show of the season and it's the launch of Diana's new business, so I wanted to focus 100% on her, because I know a lot of us are actually starting businesses, and so the fact that she's gone into this process of color before she launches, or as she's launching, it's going to be a really great time. So we will be bringing on Diana. She is the owner and founder of Purple Poppy, which is a yoga, I want to say like I don't want to say, I'm not going to say exactly what it is because she's going to come on and explain it, but she's got an umbrella of yoga instructors, and she's connecting them to yoga participants. And so when a participant goes online, is looking for a yoga instructor, they can do it by the issue that's going on with them at the moment and find someone who can actually help them in their area. So by location, by issue of the body, and then the personality of the instructor comes into play as well, because they'll pop up. So I'm really excited about this concept. I think it's absolutely amazing. And so let's bring up Diana Butler.
Thanks, Amy. That was a great intro.
Did I butcher that or what?
No. You got it.
It's such a new concept. I've never heard of it before. So you are essentially connecting yoga ease to yoga-ers, right?
I am, yes. And we're doing it through a needs-based approach, as you said. So when people come to our website, we're really encouraging them to kind of get into the zone through our processes to where they're most off balance and needs support the most in the current day. And they'll be guided through that process to identify what that is. And then once they do, they'll be presented with a bunch of classes that match their specific need. So really the premise comes from the fact that there's over 8,000 yogic techniques that can be done. And so when you go to a yoga class, a general yoga class, you'll obviously derive benefit. But if you really want to hone into a specific area, then you want to tap into those, the limited of those 8,000 that are specific to that area, right? And as opposed to a general yoga class, it kind of takes a little bit from every specific area so that they can match the needs of everyone in the room. We're saying, no, we want to like really focus in on you. So we have very customized classes based on students' needs.
Right. That is, I find that really, really amazing, because the concept of just, no, it's kind of like a stab in the dark when you're looking for a yoga class. The
Yeah.
difference that I know are like the main brands like Vinyasa Yoga or Hot Yoga. And basically that's where the conversation stops. Like you show up to the class and you're kind of like, okay, whatever the instructor wants to do today, that's what's going to happen. But I know that, based on the stories of the instructors and their personal history is leading them to teach a certain way. And so if you can connect the, like me as the participant in the class to someone who has a similar story or a similar issue that they're working through, so we can all collectively do that together, I think that's brilliant.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's very intention based. So you'll be connected with classes, and there'll be multiple classes. You can search down by location, by teacher, and those teachers will be sharing, as you said, their stories so that you can really relate to them and identify who is going to best be able to help you meet your goals throughout the yoga journey.
Right. So today, based on a little convo we had a couple weeks ago, this is your launch day.
It is. It is. I'm very excited.
Yes.
We've been in the works for a really long time, and we've been building our technology all year. We've got 38 yoga instructors currently on board with us, and we're going to continue to grow that and expand into the US as well in the next month or so. So it's pretty exciting.
Amazing. So let's get right into it. Let's take a look at the chart that we've done. The screen that we've got coming up here is going to outline your business name, your personal name, and also your birthday and your launch day. And I'm wondering if we're having, there it is. Okay, good. Okay. Launch day today, and we have a little celebration for you.
Thank you. I love it.
Because it is an exciting time, and that's why when you decide to birth out a business, the launch day is the birthday of the business, essentially, right? And so that day holds significant meaning for your company into the future. And this is what we want people to understand, that when we do look at their company name, we also want to look at the launch day if you've got it. Down to the day would be awesome, or month and year is also good too. So we'll be taking a look at the 9th of December 2021 as your launch date, which is also today's my mom's birthday. Hey, Mom.
Oh, happy birthday.
Okay, so let's take a look at what's going on here. So on the side, I've got your name, Diana Butler, and February 17th, 1975. Is that correct?
That is correct, yeah.
Correct, good. Okay, so your birth year is a 32-5, which is sort of the soul path that you're going on to. So in a 5-year, in numerology is a 5. And then we've got this connection to the day that we're launching to your name, which is in there as the 8. So you can see the two little circles there. We've got the 8th as the sort of soul path of your business, connecting to the outer, like the current life path that you're on as Diana Butler. Okay. And so that connection there is really great to have, because it means now your soul is your soul within the name is connected to the soul of the company.
Perfect.
Which is amazing.
It is. It's perfect.
Now we'll take a look at Purple Poppy with the name of the company. So the name is Purple Poppy. There is an extension to that, ink or something on the end of it, but we're not going to pay attention to that, because the energy and the frequency of the words that go out is through the name that you use on a regular basis. So your website, what people will be referring to this as. So Purple Poppy is what we're going to be talking about. And I just wanted to flash up there that the turquoise that's in the outer face of your personal name of Diana Butler, which is the Neptune bottle number 7, you can see up there, that turquoise bottle.
Yeah.
is also in the trust bottle, which is beside it, the turquoise energy. And on the other side of the page, you can see Return from Atlantis. So you've got the turquoise in there as well. So there's another current life lesson connection to the name Purple Poppy. And the turquoise, sorry?
I said, oh, wow.
Yeah. So there's a lot of circles going to be happening today and arrows for you, because I want you to see the connections, and I want people to understand that the connections happen within the business and within the name and your birthday and all that stuff. So it's pretty neat. The turquoise energy is about technology. It's about being a spiritual teacher. And you, my friend, through this presentation are going to see that you've got a lot of turquoise energy happening in Purple Poppy. So I'm just going to read you the keywords of turquoise so that you can understand what's going on there, and then we'll relate it back to how that works in your business. So turquoise is about heartfelt communication.
Awesome.
So you've got the green heart chakra, which sits in the heart area, and then you've got the blue of the throat chakra, and the turquoise sits in between those two. So that's what we mean by heartfelt. Everything you speak and how people will see your company and how people see you as Diana Butler, you have this heartfelt communication going on. And they will feel that when they go to your website, when they talk to you, just the whole premise behind your business is about communicating what you need, and I will then connect you to the person that can best serve you.
Absolutely. Exactly.
Yeah, and it all starts with that communication. So how's that feel?
That feels amazing. Actually, it's perfect. Completely aligned. I actually am even part of Danielle's heart-based facilitator program as well. So that's pretty on point.
Got so much heart-based stuff going on in here. When we go through it, it's going to be crazy. And then, okay, so you've got the Return from Atlantis, which has got copper and turquoise in it. So you have this connection to grounding while you speak your truth. Okay. In that bottle, right? So, and yoga is very much physically based. It's getting into your body, being present in your body. And so, yes, the name of the bottle is Return from Atlantis. However, I think in this case, we're talking about a spiritual connection to the grounding into Mother Gaia, right? And then you've got the Mars. When we do the numerology on it, your whole Purple Poppy consonants totaled 54, which is that Return from Atlantis bottle. And then you do 5 + 4, and that gives you 9. So now you've got an energy outward facing to the world, this 9 energy, which is root chakra stuff and sacral chakra stuff. So,
and it's today, the 9th.
Yeah, exactly. So, it's just getting into yoga to me is like really you do connect through the upper chakras, but mainly we're working on womb issues. We're working on feeling safe on this planet. We're working on getting in. I don't know what the Kundalini is, but it feels like it's connected to these chakras somehow, like getting rooted, getting grounded, and then you can go and explore the upper chakras.
Yes, going through the process. Yeah. And Kundalini is the life force energy. Yeah.
Thank you. Okay. I can never remember what the heck that is. There's so much to learn in yoga.
Well, and that's exactly one of the reasons, Purple Poppy is here, so that people don't have to worry about being focused on Sanskrit language. We don't have really any Sanskrit language on our website. It's all English. So nice. That you don't have to feel that you're lost in trying to figure it all out.
Oh, that's so good. That's another perk, because I think when you guys all learn a whole different language that we are not privy to. And so, yes, to you, the important thing I would think is, if somebody wants to work with real yogis in their course, then they can talk that language. But if it's just a regular me coming to your class, I would like to learn about it, but I'd also like to be able to understand it in plain English too.
Understanding is pretty important. Yeah. If you're going to actually create
little
that transformational change, you need to understand what's taking place. And
Exactly.
yeah.
So I put the arrows here because I wanted to make the connection again to the launch date and to your current life lesson, and the fact that you've included two of those things intuitively into your name with purple and the color that you've chosen to use. So usually when people are really aligned and in tune, they're just like really listening to their heart when they're creating their brand. A lot of times it is on point. So you've got that going on there, which is awesome. So then we've got,
So just to clarify, so the bottles up at the top, like the bottles up at the top, that was the turquoise and the blue and yellow. That's my name. And then the bottles on the bottom is purple poppy. Is that correct?
thank you for asking that question, because sometimes I feel like everybody knows what I'm talking about and they don't. So let me clarify. So all the top third of the screen,
Okay.
is the consonants of, in the white section, purple poppy, and
Okay.
in the gray section, your name.
Okay.
So the total consonants for your name was 25 when I did the calculation. And
Okay.
then we take 2 plus 5 and it becomes 7. So your energy and frequency that you're putting out by people saying the name Diana Butler is a 25-7.
Okay. Got
Okay.
it. And that's the
And
top.
then for purple poppy, the energy and frequency and color that's coming out of the consonants of that is the 54-9.
Right.
For everyone
which is the
else,
top two right ones.
which is
Okay.
the top two right ones, correct. And
Okay.
then now what we've introduced is the middle section of the screen. So in the gray on the middle, that is the vowels of your name totaled up and what colors the vowels are.
Okay.
And on the right-hand side in the white section is the total vowels of purple poppy and the colors that show up for that.
Okay.
Okay.
And then the ones on the gray on the bottom?
We're getting to that.
Okay. We're not there
Yeah,
yet. Okay.
yeah.
Perfect.
So the vowels are speaking about the inner workings of your company. Your mission, the beliefs that it holds, the heartbeat of the company, what you feel the company was put on this planet to do. And so we're looking at another turquoise bottle. This is the movement bottle. This is, physically you are asking people to move their bodies, which I think is amazing that it has shown up inside your business. Like, how awesome is that, right?
That is pretty awesome. It's very cool.
And then we're taking that 14 movement bottle and we add it together and we get 5, which is Mercury, and that's the green, new beginnings. This is about everyone who's coming to your website and what you want them to experience is a new beginning.
100%. Perfect.
Yeah. Like, let's get rid of all that stuff that no longer serves us, which is also a message in the purple, in the violet, and let's start over. Let's work on those issues that actually are stopping you from being the best you.
Exactly. Perfect. Right? Oh my God, that's amazing. Super exciting.
I know. I love doing this. As I was doing the calculations, I was like, oh, and look at that. And look at that. Oh, look at that. Okay.
Yeah.
So
on point.
Yeah. On the gray side of it, as Diana Butler, the how you see you, that's the vowels. That's the energy of the vowels. Maybe, you secretly think of yourself as this urban Buddha. Like, I'm going to take a really ancient system and I'm going to make it accessible and add some technology in there, because on the outside, the Neptune is technology. So you're going to bring that in and allow people to experience their inner Buddhic bliss.
Absolutely.
So that is you inside. So now you can take that Buddhic energy and chuck it into your business. And then people automatically will start to feel that. And your vibration on the inside also contains the Wheel of Fortune, because we've got 19, which is what all the vowels of your name total. And you add those two together and you get 10. And in this system, the 10 is called Wheel of Fortune.
Okay.
Okay. Wheel
Yep.
of Fortune is a brilliant little thing that I love to see inside people's names, because the Wheel of Fortune in our system, it's not like you spin the wheel and pick a vowel, although it is in your vowels. It's actually a wheel that Moira has sort of incorporated, which is love, money, and joy.
Okay.
And in order to attain Buddhic bliss inside of you, you feel personally inside, I have to have balance in those three things. If I'm out of whack with my joy, my love and money is going to suffer. If I'm out of whack with love, my money and joy is going to suffer. And if I'm out of whack with money, my love and joy is going to suffer. Right.
Yeah, it's all about bringing everything into balance. Yeah, exactly. And that's one of the things we want to do, is take where you're off balance and bring you back into balance so that you can have all of these things, which is perfect.
Yes. And then we have the sun bottle, the number 1 bottle, because we're taking that middle one, 10, and we're doing 1 + 0 to get it down to a single digit, and that's 1.
Okay.
And the one in your case, I think, as far as it relates to the business and how you feel, like this is, I want to create a place where it becomes the sun that everyone revolves around.
Beautiful.
Your business will be the center, and then everybody who needs what you've got is going to come to you, and they'll just spiral around inside your beautiful joy-filled like website or community that you've built.
Community. Yeah, the community. That's amazing. I love it.
Yeah. So I really love that. The sun is the first bottle in our system, and it is just a joy-filled bottle. And it's also, pardon?
I was just going to say, you can see it. It's so bright and happy. I love the color. It's beautiful.
Yes, yes. And this is in your personal name. So how does that relate to your business? People will just innately feel your joy. As this business starts to grow and starts to be what you want it to be inside, which is all Buddhic love and bliss and Wheel of Fortune and joy and happiness, and people will totally feel that.
So this is Diana. So that's interesting, because you're saying that we're doing this based on my name, but I was just looking over at the vowels of poppy also add up to 19, which is, so I was thought like the 14 and the 5 would be 19.
So the poppy we take 3 + 5 + 6, and you get 14. We're not adding 14 to the 5. We added 1 + 4 to get 5.
Get 5.
That's also insightful, because when you do that, when you break it down, it comes to the 19, which connects over to the Buddhic bliss side. So that's
right.
beautiful.
Exactly.
Like
it's from both sides again, the connection from both sides. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. So when you see it laid out in this way, and you can look at the numbers and you can look at the colors, and it's sort of at a bird's eye view of what's going on, then you can start to draw the lines and make connections and see how this baby that you're putting out today is actually truly a soul-filled part of you.
It is 100%. Yeah.
Yes. So let's go to the next one. So you're going to see again movement and Mercury show up again on the bottom.
Yep.
So
and why do they show up?
When you look at the map in the chart in the grid,
you
can see the 54 at the top in the red. I'm adding it to 14, and I'm getting 68.
Okay. And 6 + 8 is 14. Yeah.
6 + 8 is 14, and then 1 + 4 is 5. So that 14-5 energy is following through not only how the business, the inner workings and the policies and the beliefs of the business, but it's also the lesson, the end result of the business as well. So that means the inner side and the outer side are aligned, which is awesome. And you've got like the outer face of it is that connection to the root chakra, connection to the sacral chakra, and really getting connected to the ground.
Okay,
But the
cool.
new beginnings, like the green, the Mercury, the new beginnings portion of this is definitely how you need to position your marketing. Come to me and you will have a new beginning. You will have a new start. Start fresh, clear everything out. Let's get you sorted. Like that message is right there. And you have to do it through movement. You can't think it and you can't feel it. You actually have to move your physical body in order to make this happen.
That's amazing. Oh my God, that is so amazing.
And so then
I actually,
go ahead.
no, it's okay. Go ahead.
When you scoot across the screen to the left to the grape side where you've got your 44 there, you can see that 44 bottle.
Yeah.
And I didn't change the other one. I made a mistake there. That should be Saturn, and it's violet, not Mercury and green and green. I did a copy and paste there. So that's supposed to be violet. Obviously the bottle is purple, right? So
Okay.
the 44 is the higher crown chakra. So your current life lesson is to activate that bridge, and to be the bridge to teach people how to feel comfortable on this planet, but also connect to a higher power.
Oh
And
my
what
gosh.
better way to do that than what you're doing right now?
That's exactly what I want to do. That's just mind blowing. It's like, it's so surreal. It's so surreal.
Oh my God. Okay. So as Diana Butler, this is the perfect business for you to get into right now, because it's all aligned. Like maybe you should have done it a while ago and you were just preparing for this, but this is exactly what I feel is the perfect business for you, because it's matching.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Like the numbers are matching. And now I want you to take a look at this. I hope I did this. Did I do it? Oh, yes. Okay. So Diana Butler is a 32-5. So you've got the 5 energy again in your birthday, in your soul path. So we've got some of your birthday in your business as far as the underlying sort of message of it, the underlying energy of it, and the full total, what the heck is this business supposed to do on the planet? 555. So amazing that it's connected in that way. And then what else do we have here? Are we going? Oh yeah. Okay. I want you to count with me. 1.
Yeah.
2.
Yeah. 3.
4. 5.
6.
And then we got another one down here at 14, because even though it's not a number 7, it's number 7 bottle is turquoise over deep turquoise, and the movement bottle is turquoise over pale turquoise, but we're all turquoise. We're still in that zone, right? You got the other one there, and then you've got this one up here in your birthday.
Yeah, 9.
So in your purple poppy, or sorry, if we're just going to go look at purple poppy and its connection to your soul, your not your soul, sorry, your name, numerology, and colors, the outward face of you is a 7, and you've got 7 of them in the outward face of your business. So hello, like you can't be doing any better by connecting who you are and who people think you are to this business, because it's times 7. I've never seen this before. I've never seen this. Like, I've never seen this before. I'm just so blown away. So then I'm going, okay, let's look at that. I even got my like big wide eye emojis because I was so blown away by it. And then, so when you take, you've got 7 bottles of the number 7 bottle. So let's take 7 plus 7, and you got 14.5 again.
Oh my gosh, that's craziness.
And
wow.
Then, plus the 2 turquoise bottles in movement, which are those 2 on the right there. And like what else is there to say, really? Like, how do you feel about all this?
I'm so excited because it is a complete representation of exactly what the energy is that I want to bring to Purple Poppy. So it's yeah, it's amazing to see that it's all so perfectly aligned with everything on all levels, every level, which is really
Yes,
cool.
yes. I was so excited to see all of this come to light, because as I'm doing the numbers, it's like I'm revealing things so slowly because I'm adding them up, and then I see the number, and then I have to add the other ones up and I see the number, and then once I see it laid out like this, I'm looking at the connections between the numbers and between the colors and what's showing up and the story behind all these things. And then it starts to reveal itself. So
Yeah.
now, as you move forward and you're doing your branding for this company, I highly suggest that you use the word movement to integrate the the lesson that they're trying to learn. So getting your body moving to feel the energy that's going to happen with this yoga. So somehow I would get that into your content. And also the fact that like the new beginnings of that mercury bottle is going to be really important as well, to nail home, like, I am here to help you definitely create a new beginning, whether you need to know it or not. Whether you want it or not, it's happening.
Yeah, I love it. And I don't have those two current words, so I will definitely incorporate them. Absolutely. I mean, I have new, but I like new beginning, which it's much more powerful and resonates more with me actually.
Yeah, so we've also got, I didn't talk about the 68 bottle, which is called Elohim, and it's platinum and a pale gold. So I just want to read what that one is, because that one's not something that I get often. So I'm interested to know what that one is. So let me just get 1 second here.
Yeah.
G17. Okay. So Elohim is truth beyond any doubt that all is perfect.
Oh my gosh, amazing.
Like my cat, right?
Amazing, because like literally that's what we're aiming for.
It is trust enlightened into the knowing that when judgment no longer exists, nothing negative needs to exist, as no one needs to learn anything. If we can be impeccable, we can claim the perfection of everything and step fully into our connection with the Elohim and everything else. We are gold. We are with the gold with, sorry, the gold we are within is an absolute fact. So when you think about yellow being the color of the solar plexus, in between the yellow and the sacral, you get gold, because you're mixing the orange and the yellow together, right? So somewhere in between there is the gold color. And so when you get into the lighter versions of it, it's just an enlightened alchemist state of gold I amness.
I am. I love it. It's absolutely incredible.
Okay, so if we can tap into the generosity of the planet, we know she holds the space for everything except negativity and fear. What I find really interesting is when our minds and our guts are feeling really scared and fearful and something's gonna happen, the soul on the other side of it is like, everything is perfect. What are you worried about? Like, I'm sitting over here knowing that life is just awesome and everything you're going through is for your best and you are just going to come out on top. And so the gold part of that is knowing that information, just knowing it.
Yeah.
And
That's the way I operate, right? Like when challenges occur, they don't tend to stress me out. I just pivot, because it's just a challenge is just to redirect you in your path. It's not there to cause grief for you. It just wants you to move away from it and into something else. And so that's completely, again, on point.
Yes. So what I want you and people who are watching to get out of this particular session is that the connection is there. If you have created the business, then the connection is there within you. And why not bring that soul energy into this baby that you're putting out into the world? Because I feel that businesses are changing. The clients want more from their service providers than just, I'm going to hand you the money and you're going to give me a service.
Yeah, that's not what it's about.
So having the soul connection in your business, knowing it, not only, I feel by what you've said tonight, you've got some good confirmation that everything is aligned for you. And so if nothing else, it's like, yeah, I know I feel really good.
Yeah, it's absolutely mind-blowing to me to actually see the connection and how it all intertwines with one another and how it's so on point and powerful. I'm really excited about this venture. Like, I'm so excited. And then hearing all of this to just like reaffirm that I'm on the right path and I'm delivering the right service to the world right now, not only because it aligns with me as a person, but the name aligns with the universe and the energy is all working together. It's super exciting. Super exciting. Thank you.
Oh my gosh. And the other thing I want to point out is that wheel of fortune that sits inside of yourself, like as Diana Butler, that gold and olive colored bottle. That to me also with what you're doing, because you are bringing in, you're sort of like a hub for yoga instructors to connect with their people. So there's a money exchange here, right? They sign on with you, and then there's a percentage that goes back to the instructors. So, or the fee goes to the instructors, and you're taking a percentage as the coordinator, which is awesome. So the wheel of fortune in that is, I want to make money, but I also want everyone else to make money. So people are going to get that vibe from you that it's a collective energy of abundance creation. And you help me, I help you, and then we all get to rise together.
Yeah, it's very much about empowering these independent yoga instructors to be able to go out into the world, because their voices are hidden so much right now with the current infrastructure of how yoga is delivered to the world. And they don't get to be recognized as much as they are. And they really are the light that we need to help guide us into that light, right? We just need so many. They provide that healing, and this is really what I want to be able to do, and I really depend on them and value them so much for all that they can offer the world. So I just want to be that connector.
And so you are, and so it is.
And so it is.
Oh my gosh, oh my gosh.
Perfection.
I love doing this for people. I love doing it for my clients. I love that we've had this time to do it with you. And I want to teach other designers to do this too for their clients, because I think the more designers out there that embrace this system and actually want to support their clients by creating these amazing stories and just making them feel connected even more so to their business, they have to do it. And so, I just recently launched a course too. So we're both launching something this week. And so I'm going to be teaching, I'm stepping up and saying I'm a teacher. And by the way, 777777777 spiritual teacher all over the map. So you have to do it too.
There you go. Awesome.
Are you a yoga instructor?
No, I actually personally don't have my my teaching for yogic teaching, but as I mentioned, I'm doing the Daniela Port Heart-Centered Facilitator program right now as well, because I do know that I have, as it mentioned, all of this wisdom that I am supposed to be bringing out into the world. And I really want to provide more than just the yogic service where people go out and take a yoga class, but to create this community where people can tap into the wisdom and the teachings and the learnings about how to connect with themselves, how to heal, how to grow, not just on the mat, but outside as well.
Definitely. Definitely. They're good. Your clients are going to come to you for that specifically. Like they're going to want more from you. Not just on the mat. So there has to be some sort of spiritual teaching. And if you incorporate other healers, not just yoga instructors, that might be also something that you can bring in. Like if there's Reiki masters out there, if there's crystal healers, color healers, like I think with so many sevens in the name, and I'm sure Moira, who's listening, might have something to say about the sevens too, because that's just way too many sevens. So it might be like 7 channels to your business. It might be 7. What else could it be? Like, just think about that. You think about that. Like with the 6 sevens that are going on in the business, and then the connection to your outward phase of the consonants in your name, the sevens are going to have a connection there somehow.
Yeah, I'd love to hear what her thoughts are on that, and focus on that.
I just noticed again, you've got 5 little bodies in your poppy logo.
Yes.
Yes. So you've got 14, 5 bodies, another 14, 5 bodies. You got 5 in your actual birthday. There's another 5. So like, what was that was that a reason?
Well, that was to signify the unity of community and the teachers holding hands together to be able to grow and connect with one another. So that's kind of what, but to look like a poppy. So it's kind of got a double meaning, but it wasn't taking the 5 into consideration. So that's really interesting. But that's also
yes.
connected.
So Moira's saying 7 is everything to do with spiritual leadership. Yes. And she loves what you're doing. I do too. I think it's amazing. So yeah, 7, 8, 9, 10 times is spiritual leadership. So step up and be that leader that can, it's like not Uber, like, what is that? Like, it's like something we're doing right now, like only it's for yoga instructors. So being the hub, being the spiritual hub, I can see it probably, expanding out into 7 different spokes. So like whatever that might be, spirituality, relationships, work-life balance, like, the 7 spokes of life Zig Ziglar talks about. Like there's different areas of life that maybe you can focus into or something like that. So
you know what? I'm pretty sure that the course that I'm doing with Janelle Laporte is 7 virtues. I'm pretty sure it's 7 virtues that we go through. I'm going to double check, but it's 7 virtues and 5 emotions. I'm almost confident that that's the number. So that 7 would be those 7 virtues, which are wisdom, compassion. Pardon?
And the 5 emotions.
And the 5. There you go. Yes, exactly. Exactly. So we've got the 7 and the 5 again. But yes, those are the things that really are what we need to connect with in order to be able to heal and start that new beginning that we were talking about, right?
Yes, so 100%. So,
oh my God, I can't believe that it's connected there as well. But you know what? I'm not surprised, because when that came up, that course, I literally said yes before I even finished reading the material. Like it just felt 100% aligned to what I needed to be doing, and I said yes. And then I went back and finished reading what I said yes to.
Nice. I think just like when other entrepreneurs are looking at this process for their own business, they will see the little light bulbs go off. And then once you absorb it and you watch this again and you take a look at what's going on, this will be an inspiration for new things to start. And if you thought you knew what direction your business was going in, this will inspire more. It'll allow you to just go into the ethers with what it is you want to bring to your business, and the content that you can create and the marketing that you can create So I think it's just amazing. Thank you so much for being here and being such a great example of duplication of numbers and connections and all that stuff. So thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. And thank you for teaching it, because I really think this is so important for new entrepreneurs when they are looking to work with their designers to building their brand, that they can look at these connections and then attach the right imagery and the right messaging to it while they're stepping right out of the gate and be able to
Yes.
strategize on that. So thank you for bringing that gift to entrepreneurs and to the designers to help entrepreneurs, because it'll really be of value to them as well.
Thank you. Thank you so much for that. That's great. And so that is everything, unless you have any other questions. Never mind, we are done. So I'm going to sign off for now. We will be seeing you back in January, because we are going to focus on our families and end of the year commitments that we've got. And so I really appreciate you and your comments and joining us each week for the conversation about the colors behind the brand. And have an amazing week, and we'll see you in January. Happy New Year.